start the session today. Okay. Okay, guys. First, let me tell you from now onwards, you can see on my slide that I've completed my master's in philosophy management recently only. And let's begin the session. Today's session topic is employee welfare. But before that, let me introduce myself again to you. Hi guys, I'm Sangeeta Verma. I've done my master's in philosophy management and MBA in banking and finance. In this slide, you can see my work experiences. I have worked with marketing and advertising agency, bank, financial companies, with the college, import-export company as an operation manager, and currently it's my seventh year running within KD organization and international arena in Nepal and working as a DZM. Along with that, I'm working as a freelancer at Learnovate. Guys, if any queries, anything, please be open. If you're not able to speak up, you can even text me or send me the message while there's a session, okay? So, today's topic is employee welfare. Today's agenda of the session is we'll understand what is employee welfare, what are the significance, objectives of employee welfare, PHs, how the management can play the role in employees' welfare and well-being, agencies which are accompanied with the employee welfare, types of welfare, statutory provisions for employee welfare, and how a company can keep employees' well-being programs, and how that is going to impact on the not only in the companies but also to the manpowers of the company. After all, we are all human resources who are successfully mobilized with the company. I shall go to the next slide and we shall begin the session. You know, this welfare word, no, employee welfare, it's been like rapidly expanding because of uh, industrializations, different types of joint ventures are coming up, different mobilized multinational companies and different sector wise company. Even this employee welfare is in the lower grade of organizations also. So why it is like no rapid industrialization and urbanization have employees dependent on capitalists. You should understand inflation, it plays a very important role over here. If your employees are well fared, they are ready to work for you in during inflation time also. So it's very important that you make your employees feel that they are the belongings of the organization. So when we understand it, what is employee welfare? Relates to taking care of the well-being of workers by employers, trade unions, governmental and non-governmental organizations, referred to as betterment work for employees. After all, when a company expects so much from employees, same hand, vice versa, even employees expect a lot from company. So when it comes to the employee welfare, means anything done for the comfort and improvement, intellectual or social, of the employees over and above the wages paid, which is not a necessity of the industry. Sometimes you might not have to speak up, but wages you pay to the company's employees becomes a welfare for them. And if you see that well-being, you can see in a slide there's a branches I have taken it out. So much of things played: attendance, regulatory, employees partnering, then free health checkups. Like if your employee is quite good enough and productive for you, you can like give it education platforms for them, for their kids, festival coupons, then monthly birthday packages, anniversary coupons, and gold insurance. Even you can give a lot of cafeterias promotionals and bringing out their kids to the company, and free health checkups for their families, home loan services, and extra productivity managers you can give to them. So basically it combines with you making sure that your employees are the most important assets for you. So employee welfare is a comprehensive term including various services, facilities, amenities, dynamic concept, and even making an additional to regular wages. Like you fix a uh, certain wages for your company's employee, and you find out that uh, your employee is working much more better than that. So what you can do is you can add an additional amount of welfare in that. So that can be an essential part of social welfare for you, but employee welfare for the employee itself. So it is your necessity how you mobilize. Being an owner of the company, being an HR of the company, you should be understanding how you are mobilizing your employees' productivity, skill, talent, enthusiastic, then well-being, how you're keeping them mentally and physically and financially fit to them, so that they never think of uh, betraying you out in a way of, you can say that, when inflation is there. Now let's see, you can see that since the whole nation, whole world is suffering with this COVID factor, right? You can understand how people's and craving for the work to be done, and how companies are mobilizing them, making all the facilities to keep their safety and soundity. Everything has been combined over here. So it is very important that you keep in consideration of employees welfare to improve the lot of working class, and thereby make a worker a good employee and a happy citizen. Is It's just not your welfare, it's a society welfare actually. You are making sure that your employee welfare becomes a part of social welfare, which involves adjustments of an employee work life and family life to the community or social life. Means welfare may be both voluntary or statutory. Voluntary might be the parental, philanthropic feelings of employee, and statutory might be under different labor laws, which you can give to them in the fringes of benefits and services. So, is there any confusion in understanding what is employee welfare? Is there any confusion, guys? Please revert back, or else I'm moving to the next slide. Okay, then let's go to the next slide. Then, what are the objectives of employee welfare? Employee welfare is in the interest of the employee, the employer, and the society as a whole. The objectives of employee welfare are improves, it helps to improve, and improvement is not in only your work, okay? Improvement is in every pinch of running through the cycle of being an employee, being an employer, being an asset for the company. So, means you improve in your work capability, you improve, employee improves in different skills, improves in productivity, everything. It improves the loyalty and morale of the employees. It reduces labor turnover and absentees. Welfare measure helps to improve the goodwill and public image of the enterprise. It helps to improve industrial relation and industrial peace. It helps to improve employee productivity. So when you see in a chart wise, yes, when your employees think that the welfare has been taken a tremendous way, what happens? They are always motivated. They even motivate the freshers, and company gets motivated by the employees and employees gets motivated by the company. It's easy to retain the employees, means less turnovers. Productivity is increased because their mental health, physical health, social health, societal health, every has been considered properly. Time to time assessment is done. It happens over there, and the company's goodwill is created. Then you don't have to speak up. Your employees' retention, your productivity, the how motivated your employees are, that speaks on behalf of your company. Creates a strong employer and employee bond. Yes, it do creates. You can take an example of Mr. Tata. He is the best articulate example of keeping the uh, company's goodwill in the nations and the worldwide. And it there is a very strong connection between him and his employees. And the one who joins Tata, I don't think can hardly think of quitting it out till the time that is the scenario. So, objectives of employee welfare clear to you? Can I go to the next slide, guys? Okay, then. What are the features of employee welfare? Employee welfare is a comprehensive term. Someone pinged. I hope there is a message. Okay. Eva Fernandez. Good. Keep in touch. So, features of employee welfare. Employee welfare is a comprehensive term including various services, facilities, and amenities provided to employees for their betterment. The basic purpose is to improve the lot of the working class, and employee welfare is a dynamic concept. These days, this welfare, well-being, social security, financial security, and employee security is being kept in a very high priority, because gone are the days when the bosses are always used to be right and they never used to ask their employees for any sort of decision making capital. But now company are making equalization to their employees in any sort of the decision making capability also. So employee welfare measures are as known as fringes, benefits and services, voluntary and statutory both. Now when you become a management, higher management, it's the sole responsibility only not of an HR, but it's the responsibility of employees of different departments, companies, different agencies, and all. They keep the prospective employee welfare in a higher priority. So now what as a management role you can play? Organizations provide welfare facilities to their employees to keep their motivation level high. The basic concept is mobilizing the employees in best way and getting out the productivity in a higher, by keeping the retention, by keeping them motivated, by keeping them always enthusiastic. This is the main concept of employee welfare. And the employee welfare schemes can be classified into two categories: statutory and non statutory. Statutory goes along with the different norms of labor laws and different laws which have been like or decided with the governmental. So statutory schemes are those schemes that are compulsory to provide by an organization, means basic wages, extra overtime payment, and then canteen, buses, safety, houses, and all whatever comes in that particular employee, government, health, and society. So these are under the sections of law, that is Factories Act 1948 and 1986, Mines Act 1962. So it's important that when a management decides of employee welfare, should keep an eye on what the government have compliance for the employees health and safety, It is very important. And then the non-sanitary schemes differ from organization to organization and from industry to industry. Some companies might give facilities, some companies might not give. Some might give a breakfast and lunch facility, some might only give lunch facility. So it that depends. Statutory are fixed. A company has to follow the governmental rules. Non-statutory differs according to organizations and other things. So when you go with the welfare measures, what are they aimed for? Actually, what are they made for? They are made for keeping the workers happy and satisfied, to provide better employment life and health to workers, reduce stress situations, improves intellectual, cultural, and material conditions. Means there are reasonable welfare measures available to employees through statutory provisions. In most cases, collective bargaining helps to improve the degree of welfare facilities. And this collective bargaining is only done in non statutory. Okay, so this is done in that. Now when you come with the employee welfare measures, what are the statutory welfare schemes? Drinking water facilities, facilities for sitting, first aid appliances, urinals, latrines, canteen facilities with quality service, lighting, washing places, changing rooms, restrooms, gyms, uh, then after kids zone. All these can be kept as for employees' welfare. These are the basic necessity an employee should get in the company. Now, when it comes to the non-statutory, as per the companies, as per the industry, things changes. Like if you go for BPOs and all that, there's a night facility, right? Cab facilities there. So non-statutory welfare measures are mostly like educational facility, housing facilities, recreational facilities, consumer cooperative societies, flexible benefits, insurance benefits, retirement benefits, and other welfare measures to build employee commitment like provident fund, pension, deposit locker insurance, then casualty, medical benefits, and then like. If employees and a bunch of employees are doing good and the company's goodwill is increasing, they select certain different different members from the departments, and they provide the extra benefits like sometimes home loan facilities, sometimes medical facilities to their parents or kids, or then special attention to like uh, females and other non-minorities, minorities, everything gets combined with this. So employee welfare is taken in a very classic way these days, and these are very important that are kept in a proper way, so that if a inflation occurs, employees are dedicated towards the company, loyal to the company, and are ready to fight with the tough time when a company is in tough time. So employee welfare is completely a win-win situation for companies if that is kept in a proper consideration. Okay guys, still here any confusion? Okay, let's go to the next slide then. Now what are the different types of welfare earlier also discussed, right? Like statutory welfare work is mostly legal provisions. Voluntary welfare, it's like includes employees for their volunteer work, like different social security provisions in India. And these rules and regulations do changes, keeps on changing, and according to the laws, different laws are been adding up now as per the bilateral relationship with the companies, then FDIs and foreign investments, multinational company, and other all that are coming up. And then social insurance is done these days. Social assistance, like benefits are offered to person of small means by government out of its general revenue. Example, old age pensions and different things have been kept in a mind. These days only just provident fund does not plays a role. Okay, these days different welfare programs plays a role when an employee gets retirement. What are the different plans for them? Whether they will get a separate home to stay, or every salaries 50% as old age pension, provident fund is there, and old age pension is another thing. So company keeps on doing the corporate social responsibility towards the society, towards the nations, in the form of taking care of employee welfare. Now when then comes types of employee welfare in a intrafirmal, like canteen, restrooms, bags, uniform, etc., and extra measures like education, housing, child welfare, leave travel facilities, interest-free loans, workers' cooperative stores, and vocational guidance. So social security of employee care like can be medical care, sickness benefit in cash, old age pension or retirement benefit, invalidity pensions, maternity benefits, accident benefits, survivors benefit. Then when it comes to the like to statutory one, there's an act which says that Article 41 of Indian Constitution says that the state shall within the limit of its economic capacity and development make effective provision for security, the right to work, to educate, Jason, and to public assistance in case of unemployment, old age, sickness, and disablement, and in other cases of undeserved want. This is basically done for the employees who were at the mass productive when they were associated with the company, and after their retirement or all of a sudden uh, leaving out the company, or some unexpected things happen, then the company has to take care of the employee in a very high priority. So this is been done for that. Now what happens when a welfare is impacted in a very proper way? It is surety that it directly, the influence can be seen in the productivity. The welfare measures aim at integration the socio-psychological needs of employee, the unique requirements of a particular technology, structure, process. It creates culture of work commitment. Due to welfare measures, the employees feel that the management is interested in taking care of employees, which is first priority for the company if they want their human resources to be at the ample fixed. The employees work with full enthusiastic, energetic behavior. You can see no late respond, no absentees, no turn, no employees retention tension. There's no tension in employees, like always cool and happy because their welfare has been taken care by the company and their stress has been taken out by the company. Company understands their working behaviors, that every type the assessment is done, different picnics are organized, and a company keeps tries to keep their employees of their organization in a very lighter note. In a very lighter note means they don't want their employees to be always in a tension or in a bad mood or anything like that, because that is going to impact the company in the way. So they keep on utilizing all the mobilized resources which are with the employee welfare associations, and they, picnics, they take for reimbursements, uh, departmental lunch, then company lunches, parties, and all, so that they keep on the being belongingness develops over there, and company gets more productivity with the employees, and employees are ready to work in as a productive note for the company. So till here, any confusion, guys? Okay, the next slide. So types of welfare activity, what it can be done, because at the end, when your employee is active, mindful, relaxed, body is just not physically fit but with the internal fit, walking habit, healthy diet, validity, awareness, nutrition's completely engineers, fitness, life. When all this gets combined, what happens is your employee, your human resources are always active and enthusiastic and ready to work for you. Timetable management, stress management, everything combines over there, and you will see every individual human resource of your company is a leader in itself. So what are the types of welfare activity? Like inside the workplace, intramural facilities like medical, compensation, drinking water, and outside the workplace, like factories like accommodations, recreational activities, educational facilities. Now, when it comes to the inside the workplace, it's very important that you keep the conditions of environment in a very lighter note for the employees, like safety and cleanliness of the work environment, good housekeeping, compound walls and lawns, convenience and comfort illumination, sitting arrangements, safety measures, machines and fencings, goggles, first aid, helmets, whatever is required at the factory level ones, visible posters and warnings, and tea break, lunch break, and then after reimbursement break, all should be the very organized way. Then it comes to the lighter note of like playing games. If someone is like doing a lot of brainstorming and feeling out suffocated, can go and have a uh, different games and then be at a lighter note and come back and work. So all these are like welfare inside the workplace for them. Till here, any confusion, guys? Okay, so
No, ma'am.
shall I go to the next slide? Okay, now what is the meaning of welfare provision? Like welfare provision generally refers to those policies which are directed at some aspect of employee well-being, both in a physical and emotional sense. So when it comes to the employees' welfare measures, it is very important that better life and health has to be assured. Employees happy and satisfied has to be assured. Relieve employees from work fatigue, then improve intellectual culture and material conditions. So when all this a company makes sure of proper arrangements for the employees welfare, what happens automatically, human resources or the employees are liable to the companies to give their best outcome from them for the company's goal succession, achievement successions, goodwill successions, and standing out as a best in the whole world, you can say. Just not in the nation, but in the whole world. So it's in both way, both the parties are in win-win situation if the employees' welfare and companies' welfare along with from the employees' side is also kept in a very measurable way. So these plays a very vital role. So when employees in and companies both are in win-win situation, what happens? There is a less stress out, there's a less conflict, right? There is a less turnovers of the employees, no retention tension, and every individual human resources of the company, they are in a helping nature, harmony nature, and they share a cordial behavior between each other. So these has to be taken care. Now when it comes to the agencies of employee welfare, we can find different types of employees, but basically five ones plays a very vital role. Central government with the provisions of health, safety and welfare under act has to be taken care of with the higher management. State government territory provides welfare facilities. Then employers in India is generally looked upon welfare work as fruitless and barren, through some of them indeed had done pioneering work. Some companies, like you can see, let's take the name of Infosys, you can see Wipro, and then comes Tata, then the four, five like medical facilities ones. All these are what they are doing, they are emphasizing more on employee welfare, so that once they make a pillar of an employee in a very tightening bond that lasts for long, and they have to spend less in the employees, like you time to time changing, no fixability, no reliability, no one is liable to answer and all that. This has been distributed. So it is very important. Then comes trade unions. Mostly these trade unions are, like, the companies, like manufacturing companies, then Mazdoor Sabha and all that, labor unions and all. Over there also some people, they are busy in packing out their bread. But higher management and a governmental, then after the state government has to keep an eye on such companies, so that, or a person who cannot manipulate, who cannot bring out the bad concepts of manufacturing industries. So it's very important that a leader just not in a labor leader or anything, but a company's leader and a higher management and the employees share a very cordial relation and comfort relation, so that whatever is a conflict gets in a way out of resolve in a very easy way without taking much time. And both, when they sit on a table, they are able to confront to each other, they're able to have a cordial talks, and there always comes a situation of win-win for both. So these is very, in a very prominent way. Now when you see these days, as it is said, that rural organizations, urbanizations and all these are including and hampering out or coming out at tough competition, it's very important that the employees wellness has been taken care, and the assisted program is done every year, actually, if possible every 6 months, otherwise every year it has to be done, so that you can keep on find out if some if your employees going through emotional blocking or physical blocking or work blocking, or some needs to enhance their skill. So you can, instead of hiring new ones, what you can do, you can invest in them and bring out the most one, and when one goes, it becomes a building pillar for your companies. And when your company is represented, when your human resources represent your company, it comes out to be in a very drastic way. So these are like making financials, then social, environmental, spiritual and physical, and then after social security wise. So this wellness has to be taken care. And then when it comes to the assistant program, it's very important that sometimes what happens that educational degree is very strong, but a person is introvert. Now it becomes an HR's responsibility to make that particular human resource a little extrovert and good in work. Like some are very good, but they take little extra time. So make them, provide them tricks, keep them grooming up, and then make them the best ones. And it is very important that when an HR does the employee assistant program, makes a questionnaire type of samples and very easy to understand, no complicated words, right? And very open way, in a way that when you listen to any of the employees, you should not be like, it's not that you go and vomit out the another's cup of tea. No, it should be very diplomatically, and it should be very understandingly. You should be able to convey the message from employees bank of mind to the management bank of mind, and management bank of mind to the employees bank of mind. So it's a major responsibility of human resource manager to make a bridge between the higher management and the HRs of the company in a very win-win situation. So thank you for attending. I hope I was able to make you like a little understand. And when it comes to the welfare, no, many things plays a vital role, like canteen facility, extra leave, medical leave, paternity leave, and then that can be in a form of cash or different other facilities. That depends. Okay, so it's as per the companies. And at the end of the session, what I would like to say is like employee welfare implies the services, facilities, amenities provided to workers within and outside the establishment of their physical, mental, social well-being. It's just not one hand taken, it's in both the hand taken. When a company is taking care of employees welfare, it becomes equally important for employees also to take care the welfare of companies also. So welfare measures are in the benefits of employee and society at the large. So both has to be on a very win-win situation. Central, state government and employers, trade unions and charitable organizations are the agencies providing labor welfare. Housing, education, transportation, recreation, consumer cooperative stories are the main voluntary services. And it is very important that statutory welfare facilities are prescribed under the Factories Act. What does the state government law says that basic criteria has to be fulfilled by the companies in order to take care of the employees' welfare. Other than that, a company, a industry, according to the urban establishment, rural establishment, multinational, sector wise, can enlarge the facilities or decrease the facilities according to their work criterias and work scenarios. Now, when you go with that, you should always keep in mind, being a manager, that both be on a win-win situation. You are just not working for the company, you are just not working for the human resources of that company, but you are working in a very societal way. That is a corporate social responsibility task is in your soldier being a manager, and it is very important that every time you try your best to keep the win-win situation. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for attending. Any queries, guys, in HR? Please revert me back if there is any query. Thank you so much, Kevin. I hope in near future, when you reach to the uh, top management, or you become a you hold your own company, you will keep yourself in every situation for a minute also to take any harsh decision on your employees or any soft decision on your employees. So instead of having sympathy on your employees, please have empathy and keep yourself in their bucket pool and think about the company's benefit, employees benefit, and at the end of the time, nation's benefit. And I'd like to request once again, guys, if you have any queries, please tell me. Thank you